So good morning, welcome. This gentle class is a sequence I just wrote, and it is going to help us really, it's a hip opening sequence, but in a different way. It will help us to warm and strengthen the hip flexors and also activate the core just a little bit. We do a lot of low lunges in my gentle yoga classes, so we're working a lot on stretching and lengthening the hip flexor. So today we're going to kind of reverse that just a little bit. We're going to stretch and open it first, but then we're really going to focus on allowing the hip flexor to kind of integrate and become more strong. So let's begin in child's pose with that first compression for the hip flexor. Sit your hips back onto the heels, let the head drop down onto the floor. And as you sink your hips heavily down towards the heels, let your arms be totally relaxed, and we'll come into our Ujjayi breath from here. And as you're breathing, getting a sense of rhythm in the inhale and exhale, allowing the opportunity to ground and connect in with your body. And letting go of any unnecessary thoughts. And begin to really feel the breath expand through the side ribs. Like with the inhale, you're sending your side ribs out to the sides of the room. And just activate the arms a bit now. Lift the elbows and the forearms, reaching through the fingertips. Keep breathing through the side ribs. And dropping one shoulder and then the other in a comfortable fashion, awakening the shoulder. Walk your hands back underneath the shoulders. With palms down, circle the shoulders a few times. And in the other direction. Great. Tabletop. Not losing connection with the breath. As you bring the wrists under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Inhale into cow pose, letting the belly drop, look forward. Exhale into cat. Press into the knees, press into the hands. Actively arch the spine up to the sky. Move with your breath. And notice how the spine is feeling today. Hug your organs on the exhale, deep into the body. Bring the heart through on the inhale. One more. Exhale into cat. Return to a neutral spine. Tuck the toes under and downward facing dog. Hips lift up and back. Let's bicycle the legs. Walk it out. So just an exploratory kind of playful feeling here in your down dog as you pedal the legs and extend a knee to the opposite side of your mat. Letting your head hang heavily. And the feet will walk forward to the hands. Take your feet hips distance or wider, even out to the edges of your mat. Hands tuck into the elbow creases. Head is heavy here. Ragdoll pose. Now shift the weight in the foot from the heel to the toe. Or sway the torso back and forth. Let the head hang heavy. Feeling and breathing into your back body, giving a little warmth and awakening there. Good. We'll release the hands down onto the floor. As you inhale, shift the weight forward into the ball of the foot. Lift the heels up high. And as you exhale, sink down into the heels. Let the head relax. Inhale again, lifting the heels, coming onto the ball of the foot. Exhale, sink down. And we'll do that one more time. Inhaling up the heels. Exhale, slowly sink down. At the bottom of the exhale, knees bend deeply, belly to spine, round up. So press into the feet with a big breath in to prevent dizziness. We come up to standing. Let's just take a moment here to feel our weight on our feet. Allow any blood flow to subside. And we'll come to Tadasana at the top of the mat. Hands to the heart, classical sun salutation. Inhaling, exhaling the hands down, and inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, fold, forward and down. Hands to the floor or shins. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, right foot back, knee down onto the floor. Inhale, arms sweep up, let the hips be heavy. Exhale, touch the mat. Inhale into plank. Exhale the knees down, bend the elbows, chest and chin down. Slide hips forward on your inhale, lift the shoulders and chest. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Right leg goes up to the sky, inhale it up. Exhale slowly, bring it forward through the hands, left knee touches earth. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Back foot forward, come up halfway, inhale. Exhale, fold nice and deep. Soft neck, all the way up. Strong legs, straight back. Inhale, gaze to the thumbs overhead. Exhale, dive right back down. Fold forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot back. Knee down. Hips stay low as the arms sweep up on the inhale. Exhale, touch your mat. Inhale, find plank. Hold this as just for a moment, then exhale, knees down. Slowly release to build that upper body strength. Inhale, broad collarbones. Locust. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it forward. Right knee to earth, arms come up. Exhale, touch your mat. Back foot comes forward with a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, nice and deep. Sink into the hamstrings. All the way up, inhale. Exhale, hands around to the heart. That was one round. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, fold, forward and down. Inhale, halfway lift. Right foot back, exhale. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, hands touch. Step back, breathe in Phalakasana plank. Exhale, Ashta Pranam. Inhale, Shalabhasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Right leg goes up. Exhale, slowly using strength, step it forward. Left knee to earth, arms rise. Exhale, touch the mat, back foot forward. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. All the way up, gazing to thumbs, and we'll swan dive back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Left foot back. Arms come up, lunging on the inhale. Exhale, touch the earth. Plank on your inhale. Knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, shoulders lift. Downward facing dog. Left leg. Exhale it forward. Right knee down. Reach up, inhale. Exhale to the earth. Back foot forward, come up halfway. Exhale, fold. Rise. Hands around to heart. That was second round. We'll do one more. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot back. Low lunge. Exhale. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, shoulders lift. Locust. Exhale, down dog. Right leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Left knee touches. Arms come up. Exhale. Step your back foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise up. And swan dive back down. Halfway lift. Left foot back. Arms come up. Exhale, touch the mat. Step back, inhale. Exhale, down. Slowly, slowly. Inhale, strong spine. Exhale, down dog. Left leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward. Right knee touches. Arms up. And arms down. Back foot forward. Come up halfway. Exhale, fold. And all the way up. Inhale. Exhale. Hands around to the heart. And take a breath. Samasthiti. Good. Bringing the hands to the hips. Step wide on your mat. Focus your gaze here. We're going to pause here for about 5 breaths. So just noticing how that classical sun salutation warms the body, awakens breath and heart, the circulatory system, the respiratory system, all activated now. Feeling that vitality in the body. Very nice. Send your hands up, interlace them behind the head. Now we're not going to have a really firm, strong grip on the head. You want to keep this kind of light. Lift up on the kneecaps. Take an inhale, lift the hip bones up, and exhale, hinge forward from the hips here. And just let yourself dangle. Now keeping your hands nice and light on the back of the head. Let's inhale here in the center. And then exhale fully. On your next inhale, swing your body, your torso and head over to the right side. And exhale to center. Inhale to the left. And exhale center. Inhale right. So you're just going to move with your breath. So we're inhaling to the sides. And exhaling through the center. Continue. This is our pendulum pose. So we're letting the whole torso kind of sway like a pendulum, but it's not so much with momentum because we are moving with our breath. Feeling this nice awakening for the hamstrings and feeling that good squeeze for the hip flexor as we move side to side. Just a few more. All right, let's come back to center. Release the hands down onto the mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Now that was quite a long time to be upside down. Bend your knees and just walk your forearms or your elbows up onto the knees and bend the hips here. And just keep your gaze down to the mat so the back of the neck is nice and long, or let the head drop down totally, looking back between the knees somewhere, and just breathe. So we're feeling the strength of our legs supporting us. We're nice and easy, in kind of a standing resting posture here, but one which still requires some strength and integration. You can feel the warmth getting into the hip flexor. Nice. Now, Walking those hands up onto the thighs, turning the toes out to the side, bending down into the hips. Let the shoulders come up around the ears. Get into the groin and the inner thigh. Just a few breaths here. You can shift the weight a bit side to side. As we come back to center, press into the feet a little bit. Lift the hips. Take a big breath to lengthen the spine. Exhale, drop the right shoulder in and down, adding in the twist. Breathing. And breathing to lengthen the tailbone and the crown away from each other. With your next inhale, come back to center. And exhale, opposite shoulder drops in and down. Good. Inhale back to center. Straighten the legs. Heel toe the feet. And please step to the top of your mat. Bring the feet together. For chair, we're going to do a few chair series postures. So some people like to have their feet hips distance apart. Others like to have their ankles together. So either one is correct, whichever one you feel more comfortable. Bring the hands onto the hips. Again, we're going to go ahead and really sink down into the strength of the hip flexors here, sitting back as if into a chair, and just bring your arms forward so the wrists are level with the shoulders here. Good. We'll hold and breathe and really try to refine our chair pose. So shifting the weight into the heels. Try to press the shin bones to the back wall. Now draw your hip bones up away from the thighs, getting a little more space here, and then knit your ribs in and down. So it should feel really strong, even in this position. Now palms touch, and we're going to lift the arms up. Gazing to the thumbs, keep breathing here. See if you can sit a little deeper into your chair without sacrificing your form. You should feel a lot of heat begin to build. Stay with your breath. Good. Exhale, press to standing. Hands to the heart, Samasthiti. Just take a breath. Relax any strain from anywhere in the body. Bring hands to hips, and now separate your feet wide out to the edges of your mat. If you want, you can turn sideways on your mat as well. So we have the feet nice and wide for bear pose. Send the arms up with a big breath in. Now exhale, bend the knees just like in chair, but it's nice and wide now. So sit the hips back and let the torso lower until it's parallel more or less with the floor. I'll show you a side view here. Same thing, we want to draw those front ribs in. So it's like we're trying to send the front body up into the back body. Nice deep squeeze for the hip flexor, strong through the core, strong for the lower back. Keep breathing. Use your breath. Stay with it. Feel the strength of your legs and the front and back core. Make sure your shoulders are away from the ears. One more breath. Good. Exhale slowly, hands to heart. Press to stand. Nice. All right. With hands on hips and feet together, send your left foot back for pyramid pose. So it's not a huge distance between the feet. Take a breath in. Feel these hip flexors again begin to open as you inhale. Lift the hips up, lift the chest, then exhale, fold and hinge over the hips. Hands come onto the floor for this first round. Release your forehead towards your shin. Rest here. Nice, deep hamstring stretch. Let's activate this just a little bit. So there always tends to be a little bit of shortness here between the right hip and the shoulder. Press down into the right foot on the floor and try to lift your right hip up to the sky and send your right hip to the back of your mat. That's it. You'll have to use your left leg as well. Root through the inside heel of that left foot, the back foot, and use your legs to send your right hip to the back of your mat. Very good. Keep all of this going in the legs. Exhale, hands to hips. Keep your legs active, belly to spine, and come on up with a flat back. Okay, so we have our legs active still, that inner left heel pressing down, the inner back thigh spiraling to the back wall. Hands come behind, either hold on to, you can either bring your fists together behind your back, you can reach for your wrists, you can reach for your elbows, or you can come into reverse prayer, all behind the back. So whatever is going to feel good for you today, depending on your shoulders. Legs are strongly activated. Inhale again, lift the hip flexors, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, hinging forward. Now try to keep that right hip nice and spacious as you send it to the back of your mat. This time we may not come as far forward, that's fine. Keeping the chest nice and long and breathing into that hamstring stretch. So we can feel now, as with this being a balancing posture, how much more our legs have to work when our hands are not on the floor. Last full breath. Exhale, belly to spine, and with the strength of your legs and spine, come up with a flat back. Nice. Release the hands. Step to the top of your mat. Shake out the legs if you need to. Samasthiti. Very nice. So feet together or apart as we prepare for chair pose again. This time, inhale, bend the knees. Let the fingertips grace the floor. So now sitting down nice and deep here. Swing the arms forward, palms touch, and slowly begin to peel the chest up off of the thighs. Squeeze the palms together. Now lift those hip bones up off the thigh bones, letting the tailbone drop. Shift the weight into the heels. Press the shin bones back. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Integrate those front ribs. Couple more breaths. You can do it. Good. Exhale, press to stand. Very nice. Take your feet wide. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bear pose. Sit back as if into the chair. Spine parallel to the floor. Lift up through that razor's edge, the pinky side of your hand. Lift those arms up, shoulder blades down the back. Front ribs drawing into the body. Strong legs, strong core. Breathe. Good. Exhale, hands to hips, hands to heart rather, and slowly, slowly press up. Well done. Hands on hips, shake out the legs. This time step the right foot back. Square the hips for pyramid pose. Activate the legs nice and strong. Inhale, hip flexors lift, chest lifts. Exhale, fold forward and down, hands to the floor. So we can feel a little bit more of that hamstring release in this more balanced position. Using your Ujjayi breath. Good, now activate those legs, lift up on the kneecaps. Send your left hip to the back of your mat. Try to get more space between the left hip and left shoulder. Activate the legs, feel the legs strong. Exhale, hands to hips, belly to spine, and with that strength of your legs and spine, come up with a flat back. Nice. Take a breath here at the top. Reach the hands behind you. So again, either fists together, reach for wrists or elbows, or take that reverse prayer position. Inhale, lengthen, open front body. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold forward. Be aware of your legs. You really have to use activated legs in this posture to keep the spine nice and long. Send your left hip to the back of your mat and breathe into that intense stretch for the left hamstring. Make sure your neck is long as well, so that may mean gazing toward your shin or your knee. One more breath in. And as you exhale, draw the belly button into the spine. And with that support of your core, come up on your inhale. Strong legs. Nice. Step your feet forward, release the hands. Shake the legs, give them a nice vigorous shake. The feet are hips distance apart. Interlace the hands behind the back. Squeeze the palms together. Straighten the arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Now, before we go into a back bend here, even now, press your hips forward into an imaginary wall and then use your core strength to lift the belly button up away from the pubic bone. Okay, so we're using our core strength to lift so we're not just crunching into the lower back. Our core is strong. And then, if you wish, really reach those hands down for the floor. Keep your chin tucked, or if it feels safe for your neck, drop the chin or lift the chin to the ceiling. And slowly back to center. Release your hands. Bring the palms to the heart, Samasthiti. Close the eyes.